Good evening, Brian. It's Monday. Except really, for me, it's not Monday, it's Saturday. Because here I am, Brian, in Cary, North Carolina, outside of Raleigh for the Triangle/Raleigh Pen Show of 2017. It sounded interesting to go to a pen show, and Raleigh has one every year, and then I found out that Brad Dowdy of Knock Co. is going to be here. So Knock Co. is actually a brand that he started, but initially he had a blog called The Pen Addict, and he's had that for about 10 years now, I think. And then from the blog, he and Mike Hurley started the Pen Addict podcast, and I have listened to every episode of that. I found it about 2 years ago and have listened since I found it, and have gone back and listened to everything, so I've heard all of it, and I'm a huge fan of theirs. So when I found out that Brad was going to be here today setting up at the Knock table, I pretty much had to come, and I've spent pretty much the whole day here wandering around the pen show looking at various things. I went to a workshop, I talked to a bunch of people, learned a lot of stuff about old vintage fountain pens and things. I got to meet Brad himself and took a picture with him and chatted with him a while about the Pen Addict and Knock Co. and different products they're going to be releasing, and he was just a really cool guy. And yeah, so I figured I would make this vlog about that. I'm sure I'll record more when I get home, showing all the cool stuff I got, as well as cutting in the few brief video clips that I took of the show. So there you go. As you saw, that was footage of the main floor of the show. It was recorded toward the end of the day, right before I left, so it's not quite as full as it was earlier in the day, but you can still sort of get a feel for all the different things that were there. So for the remainder of the video, I'm going to show you the things that I got. It's actually Monday night that I'm recording this part now. I didn't end up getting to it this weekend, but that's okay. So one of the most exciting parts of the day was the fact that there were so many cool vintage fountain pens, and this is something I haven't really gotten into yet before. And so one of the pens I got is this old Aurora Idea pen. I don't think it's that old. It's a student fountain pen. I feel like it's probably some released in the last 20 years or so, so it's not really that old, but it's still an old pen that I don't think you can get any more new. And I tested it out, and it writes really, really smoothly, and I really liked it, and it was very cheap, so I decided to get it. The next thing I got was this awesome pen. I really like it. It's not a vintage pen, but it is copper. It is by a company called Retro 51, who I have rollerball of theirs, and I really like it. But this is a fountain pen of theirs, and it's really nice and really fun, and I like it very much, and it writes really well. I also got this ink that is in it. You probably can't see the color on this little thing, but it's like a tealy, purpley, oceany color. I like that a lot. And then I got a bunch of stuff from the Knock Co. table, although despite the fact that they're mainly known for making bags, and I have 3 of their pen cases already, not bags, but pen cases, and I have 3 of their pen cases already. I didn't actually get any other cases from them, partially because I already have 3. I actually have one more because I sponsored the Kickstarter for this year, which is probably more than I can explain in this video. So I got mostly paper stuff from them. Last year they did a Kickstarter for Brad and Mike to go to the Atlanta Pen Show and do a live episode from that. And they made these special memo notebooks for that event only, that you could only get if you were a backer of the Kickstarter, and I wasn't last year. However, apparently they found a box of about 53 packs of them, and so because it's not really enough to post online, Brad just grabs a few dozen every time he goes to Pen Show and sells them there. So I got some. They've got the Pen Addict logo right there and their little memo books. You can only really get them now if you happen to be at a show where he has some, or you were a Kickstarter backer, so that's kind of neat. I also got some of their A5 notebook pads that have this nice dot dash grid pattern in the center, and the paper feels really, really smooth and nice for fountain pens. And I also got these really pretty bright orange steno notebooks from Knock Co., which has that same dot dash fountain pen from the paper on the inside. So that's probably enough dorkiness for one video, but I hope you enjoyed it, Brian, and I look forward to seeing your video tomorrow.